Yeah.
You're running?
Yeah.
Red light? Girl.
They're shaking, moving it.
Of course, she's just going to eat grass.
Ooh.
Look what I have for you. Now what I'm going to do is bring out the clicker and just flutter for right now so she learns to associate. It doesn't take long. I'm not afraid of the sound. No, you cannot bug me. Good girl. Oh, good girl. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Can you see her blinking now?
I see her blinking now, yeah.
She's a little bit softer. She's blinking. A blinking horse is a thinking horse.
Okay.
So now she's wondering, what the heck just happened and what am I doing? So what? Good girl. Good girl. Good. Very nice. She's still not quite trusting me. You just kind of see in her eyes, especially over on this side, as you said.
Yeah.
Now something about the clicker and treats. Once they're well conditioned with the clicker, what happens physiologically in their brain? Oh, good girl. Okay. Good. Every time they hear the click, okay, their dopamine level rises, spikes up in their brain.
Oh, okay.
And that becomes the treat. Okay, so once they know, I won't always give treats because that dopamine spike in itself is the treat. But that's with a pretty well-conditioned seasoned horse. At first, it's rough. Girl. At first, what I did was flood her, so she now understands. So when she hears a click, that it means a treat. Okay, and this, up. Where are you going? Back here. Good. Come on, let's go in the shade. And you had mentioned the round penny.
The round pen, yeah.
Yeah, and I think we talked about running the horse and driving the horse.
I've been,
And this is the connecting that I do. I don't drive horses around, okay? When you stand at their shoulder, okay, you want to get their feet moving. She's going to stick with me now. Good. You can walk behind her. But see how she does? And what she's doing is because that's how she would react with a lead mare. She doesn't want a lead mare pushing from behind. She wants to be able to keep her eye on her and to follow. When you're driving a horse, you're chasing the horse away. Okay? Why would the horse want to be with you if you're sitting there chasing? And that's my contingency with round penning. All right, this works obviously just in, not even but a couple of minutes.
yeah.
And she let me touch, I was a complete stranger. But yet she was following me. So I didn't have to run her in the round pen, all right? And that's the first step. And when I first did, I went over and I said hello, and then I backed away. Okay, and the second time hello, All right, and I let her make the first move before I stepped forward, and I let her reach for me. Hi. Hi. Pretty good. And that's one of the foundation pieces. What? What?
The bugs.
You get bugs?
You don't like the bugs.
You get bugs? All right, just don't smash them in the face with your face, because that would hurt. I'll scratch them. One of the first things that's missing in a lot of relationships is this foundational piece where, good girl. And most horses don't let strangers up near their pole because that's the most vulnerable part of them. Oh, look what you do. Look what you do. So those are the steps. That's just a very foundational step. It's like a cornerstone upon everything else is built upon that cornerstone. If that cornerstone obviously is missing, okay, where most people basically say, I'm going to throw the halter and I'm going to be the boss and make the horse do what I want and be the boss. Hi, sweetie. No mugging. No mugging. No mugging. Hi. Oh, good girl. See, the food's right underneath me, and she's not mugging. Lies. You know, but this way, you set up that foundation, that cornerstone of trust. And then you can work from there in baby steps. I mean, I could destroy this whole thing right now by, you know, putting her in the round pen and start throwing a rope at her and making her run away. That's not my purpose. Back up, please. See, I'm not even touching her.
Yeah.
I'm just using my energy. Asking her side pass. Good girl. Good girl. Just using energy. We talked about the energy. Oh, you need some fly spray?
She's just sensitive. I sprayed her. Do you want me to put her mask on?
If it's bothering her that much.
Yeah, she doesn't like
She's
that.
asking, get these flies off of me. Actually, no. You know what? I can't see her eyes. I need to see her eyes.
Okay.
Where are we going? You want to come say hi to the camera? You want to come? Where are you pushing me this time?
I just want to get away from the flies.
Come on. Let's go say hi. Come on. Come on. Come say hi. Say hi. Say hi to the camera. Good girl. Horses in the wild, when they first meet one another, they go nose to nose.
Yeah?
And usually, sometimes with mares, you'll get the squealing. And
Yeah, or the stomping.
yeah, or whatever. But if they're going to be friends, what happens? They sniff, and then all of a sudden, they both throw their faces down and start eating. And they walk with each other. Like, no mugging. On the other side now. No, that's from you.
Dirty.
That's from you. That's
Dirty.
just sweat. So you mirror. You can mirror the horse. Just stand next. If she puts her head down, you put your head down.
Okay.
Okay, if she turns this way, you turn that way. Just like horses do. Okay, they do a little dance together. Or you can start pushing from behind if you need her to do something. Right now she's not going to move away from me because we've connected and there's that connection now. So I don't need to follow behind her and then step up. And see, I can step up and she's going to follow, she's going to stop. If I ask for more personal space in the hind end, she's going to give it to me. Okay? And you always want the horse's hind end to be away from you. Unless they come up and throw it in your face. Scratch my butt! Scratch my butt! I've got my 16-hand mare that comes up and she'll just swing right around into me and put her tail aside and stand like this and scratch my butt. But if she does it to a stranger, you know, they're panic-stricken and she's going to kick. Is she good with her hind feet, generally?
Yeah.
Okay. Now again, she doesn't know me. She just met me.
Right.
Why would she trust me with their only defense?
Right.
Okay, I've already picked up her front feet. Can I have this one again, please? Thank you. Can I have this one too? Up. Up. Thank you. How about this one? Up. Up. Good girl. And this one? Up this one too? Up again. Good girl. She's unrestrained. She can do whatever she wants. She can leave.
Right.
She can kick me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You don't like somebody hanging on your butt? Oh, get rid of the flies on my face, she says. So, again, foundational cornerstone. Okay, now, you ready to switch and get this in place? Or would you, what were you expecting from me today? This is what I usually do. I'm not going to work with a horse unless I have this connection. She's a sweetheart.
She's a sweetheart. As long as you can determine that she's a sweetheart, and someone told me she's just high-strung, weird, and get rid
Does
of her.
this look high-strung to you?
No,
Really?
that's why I basically said, you don't know what the F you're talking about,
What are you looking
and
at?
I am going to get a professional.
They told us she was
Yeah, she's high-strung.
wild.
Yeah.
Good
Really?
girl. I'm going to turn
Wow.
the other side. Good girl. Good girl. Good. All right. Oh, yeah, she's high-strung.
She looks pretty calm to me. But
What are you? What breed are you? You're part
depends on what
collie?
your training is too and stuff, I guess.
And she's going to sniff, and she... Oh. You know what? We're gonna
How long
get
have you
these
had
two
her?
up. That
Just
was my
a year.
finger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my finger.
We
Wow.
started out beautifully, got on the trails, and because she's got really hard hoofs. That's what brought me to this breed.
Yeah.
And I wanted a trail horse. And she's small. I'm small.
Yeah.
And we took her out on the trail ride, with the owner and her daughter. And, she went right along with her other two horses. I get her home, went with my girlfriends. We were going over bridges. Nothing really freaked her out, except the field with that girl yelling bees.
Okay, now you said, though, early on, you said 1 o'clock. This is her 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
That she didn't like being touched on.
right.
She just moved her and jumped her head
That's
when
the
you did that.
bug.
Flies.
The
She's
flies.
on her head 'cause of flies. Now, if I were to start jumping up and down like I was going to get on her,
Yeah.
what do you think she'd probably do?
She might just back away from you, like jump off to the side.
Okay. She just, you see how she stopped blinking?
Yeah.
It's like I was picturing in my head what I was going to do. Remember I said the frequencies?
Yeah,
She got that.
yeah.
All right, so now,
See, she got a little nervous.
come back here. Come back here. And you call her back.
Yeah.
Okay, little bits at a time. Now, if I gave big jumps, I'd hurt myself, so I'm not going to do that. But, wow. Can I jump up and down?
See, she
You
gets.
start little. That's okay.
She gets.
You start with these little things.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to wait for her ear's still on me. I'm going to wait for her to turn and look at me. I may have to move. And I'm going to turn with her and mirror her. Okay? And then click. That's not to say that she's going to start jumping up and down to mirror me. But we'll go back to the little, good. See, she stood still.
Yeah.
So I went from taking my feet off the ground, okay, and this is how you start. You start as little
Baby
as she
steps.
needs. Yeah? I mean, I guess she probably didn't have people. Do you need some more lavender? I can put more lavender on me and we'll get all the flies off of. And see, she's getting bigger and bigger. Good girl. And this is at her 1 o'clock, so she's got a double whammy here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're actually taking care of two different things at the same time. Now I'm putting my hand on her. Woohoo! Good girl. Good. How about this side, though? What do you think's going to happen on this side? See her waiting? See her stop blinking? Good girl. Now, see, she was a little bit hesitant to take the treat. Her eyes were open.
Yeah.
Her ears were on me. She's nervous.
Yeah.
Okay, why would I want to make her any more nervous than this?
Right.
You know? Can you bring your head down? Bringing the head down. Good. Breaks
Got nervousness?
that flight or fight sequencing. The sound of the clicker, okay? I'll also use my voice. I won't always use a clicker because I'm always losing them. They're a pain in the ass, really. I can't stand
I know, it's hard to click in
When you're supposed
Right.
to.
when
So
you're
you-
supposed to. It's like, oh, get it
when you're
right
working,
in that
right,
spot.
yeah. But when you're working with a horse with phobia, you're just starting out teaching them. You want this because the frequency of this sound actually gets into the flight or fight, into the amygdala, and it stops. You can stop. In fact, I've done this 3 times with my own herd. A girl, one of my clients was beautiful, beautiful Friesian. The Friesian got loose, was 20 feet away from running into the highway. So you can stand there going, whoa, whoa, you know, or in case of my husband, whoa, you know, and they're not going to stop. She remembered she had a clicker. She pulled out the clicker. The horse skidded to a stop, spun around on a dime, and went right back to her.
Wow.
So it stops that flight or fight, and this is why it's awesome for phobia work. Okay, do you have any other spots where you're... Oh, does that feel good? Is she okay to touch her teeth? Yeah. My girls love to have their teeth scratched. Now see how her head's down? She's more relaxed. You can see them soften. So this week,
Yeah, see?
I'm going to have you do all this before I leave. And we're not going to do too much more than this with her because she just went through a whole lot of stuff in her head. And I'm actually going to ask that you not do anything else with her for the rest of the day to give her time to process all this stuff.
All right.
Because not only is her thinking being changed, all the transmitters, the electrical transmitters, or whatever you want to call them, the neurochemicals are all switching around in her brain now.
Yeah.
Because instead of that initial, take it into the prefrontal cortex, which they don't have very big ones. We have big ones. That's where we analyze everything we see, and we can say, oh, that's nothing, we categorize it. Oh, that's nothing else, we categorize it somewhere else. Animals, and we're the same brain structure, but they don't have a real, the word I want, well-formed prefrontal cortex. So everything comes in, especially with animals of prey, goes right to the amygdala or the hippocampus. The hippocampus is where things get sorted out and okay, everything's cool. Where the amygdala is the flight or fight center. It's like you have zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. Zone 1 is safety. You always want to bring them back when they start getting a little bit nervous. Bring them back. You're talking to John over there. You're being a good girl standing with me. This is
She's
what
shaking her
Cheyenne
head
did,
at
John.
I know.
What Cheyenne did the first day, exactly like this. And then the woman finally, after we stood talking, she goes, did you drug my horse? No, I didn't drug your horse. This was a killer Mustang that we ended up adopting. We tried to kill anybody that came near her. But, I forgot where I was at. Oh, zone 1, zone 2. Zone 1 is your safety zone. So even for yourself, you get into a position where you start to feel, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. Listen to your gut. Take yourself and your horse back to zone 1, where everything is gorgeous in the world. We're all safe. We're all doing whatever. Okay? And breathe. You have to remember to breathe. The horses can hold their breaths when they get nervous. They hold their eyes open and they go on alert. Oh, there's another one. Can I see this off? Can I see this off, please? Oh. Good girl. So you take yourself back to zone 1. You go back into zone 2, which is, I'm not real sure about this, and as you get closer to zone 3 is, oh shit, I'm out of here, I'm going to die, and boom, they're gone. Okay, good girl, thank you. Good girl. I'm rewarding her head down because that's calming. Like I said, that calms the horse down. So the more she keeps her head down and relaxed, the better. So this is even something else that she's learning right now as we're talking.
Right.
So the zone 3, you don't want to get into a zone 3 with the horse because that's when they black out. They'll go through trees, they'll go through fences, they'll go through 2-inch board fence.
Crazy. They have not a good mind, huh?
No, it's self-preservation. That's how they stay alive.
Yeah.
Okay? When they're nervous, they have to move their feet.
Right.
And how many times have we stood there with a nervous horse
try to hold them back?
Yeah.
Let them move their feet. Okay? Help them move their feet. The best thing you can do... Oh, what was that?
The bugs.
I know. The best thing you can do is, with a halter and a lead rope, and I can show you that briefly before we go too, is that's for the hind end disengagement, where they pivot around just like that. Hey, come around. Good girl. Pivot around on the hind end. Okay, but in a state of fear, you're going to have that bridle, the rein, or the lead rope. You're going to take this like this.
Actually, that's what I did following that bee incident.
Yeah.
That whole ride, I got back on, and everybody was like, "Go for it!" And about three more times after that, she had those like whirling effects that really scared me. Like I thought she was going to bolt on me again, and I disengaged her hips, and I made her stand there for a little bit, and then we continued on.
Good girl. Okay, standing, if you've gotten her mind back, is okay, and let her breathe a little bit. But if you teach her an automatic head down cue, and you can do that from the saddle, you can do that from the ground,
Yeah.
that will help her.
Okay.
Okay, because it's also a physiological response.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, your energy comes out of your hips too. So when you're working with a horse, see, she moves to the side. I put my hips on her shoulders. Okay, she's moving sideways instead of back because my hand's here. I'm making a wall in front of her so she can't go past that wall. Okay, but my hips are here, so she's moving sideways. My hips are here. And actually right now I'm going to make my personal space a little bit bigger. We have this circle of space here that I'm going to extend, and I'm going to ask her to move out of it. This is the way we start, with little bits first, and if they don't listen, then we can concentrate on the hip. Okay? And that was just barely touching her.
Yeah, I
You
saw
can feel
that.
it. You're going to get a big cookie, because you're being very good. I love you. Just keep on feeding me, and I'll follow you anywhere. Okay, you want to try with Mom before I feed you all the treats? Do you have any questions?
No.
You want to try right now?
Sure.
Or are you...
Sure, I'm game.
Okay.
Since this is my homework assignment, right?
Yep, all week. You're going to be dancing all over this field. She's going to follow you everywhere. When you back up, she's going to back up. If you go sideways, she's going to go sideways.
Okay.
If you come around like this, she's going to swing her butt around. If you look at her like this, no sticks, no crops, no carrot sticks, no nothing. Good girl. Now I put a little bit more energy into that. Could you feel that? Mm-hmm. And how did she react?
Fine.
She did, but she kind of jumped.
Steps, like,
She lived.
what are you going to do?
Well,
If she starts to get nervous, you bring her back to zone 1, head down. Girl. There you go. And the crunchier cookies, okay, the act of chewing also causes them to calm down.
Okay.
Okay? So the little treats, I'll use oats as my own guides. I'll give them 2 pieces of oats, whole oats. If I have Cheerios, I get 1 Cheerio.
You
Okay.
think they like Cheerios too?
Oh yeah. They'll Fruit Loops, wheat thins, or wheat, whatever. You want more?
She likes, when we go on trail rides, I was giving her like peanut butter or crackers. She liked those.
Oh yeah.
I would make her flex in this, when I'm in the saddle, I make her flex.
She's nice and flexible, and I'm going to go over her body before I leave too. So when she does something extra special hard that she's worked through really hard, up.
And she's like, oh, what are you going to do? Put
Then
me
you
in
give
the
her,
tray?
then you give her a big treat and let her chew. Okay, here you go.
Mommy's going to wear this now. Yeah, Mommy's going to wear this now.
Okay, now I'm going to
I
not
don't
give you
have
the
my
clicker.
clicker.
I'm not going to give it to
Okay.
you. I want you to just connect with her. So step 1 is just asking her. I'll click her actually.
Hi.
You want to stand back and have her reach for you. Okay? And I'll click as she does, and you'll give her a treat.
Good girl.
Okay, now you treat. Give her a small treat. And here, you can put this on your wrist. I will give that to you. You need to click at the instant. Okay, so just walk around and kind of think in your head you're going to ask her to follow you. Don't look at her. She's one.
She's
No, you need
confused.
to go with Mom. You need to go with Mom. Thank you. There you go. Good. Perfect clicking. She came to you. Excellent. Give her a treat. Right now, where she's new to the clickering, that dopamine spike is just not enough of a treat for her. Be careful when you click. Why did you click then?
I don't know.
Neither does she. So you don't want to confuse the issue.
Okay.
Step back 1 step and think in your head, picture in your head. You want her to Cosette to step back with you. She's thinking about it. Where are you going, Mom? Ask her for a hind end. Good. Good. There you go. Click. Excellent. Perfect timing. Perfect job. Except give her a treat. You click.
I don't need it.
Yeah, remember Dave Sayer now? You think he could do this? Yeah, it works. That's how Carolyn did it with Mr. Spock. Listening. Remember where your hips pointed. There you go. Good. You asked your energy to come out of your hand.
Oh, but I have to do it for the hip.
But your hips were pointed at his shoulder. So now she's feeling the energy here. She's feeling it at the shoulder. She chose to listen to your hand first.
Huh?
Good. Now this time I want you to come up to her head, kind of look at her hind end. So you're going to come around to her hind end like this and look at her. Connect with her hind end, and you have to point. She's eating grass and you get her attention. Good. And if she goes off, that's good. That's fine. You can just ask her to reconnect with you. Okay, now, okay, you were kind of like this. You were kind of like predatory.
Oh,
okay. You see as I'm coming up
yeah,
here?
yeah.
Okay, but if you're just kind of looking.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and eventually you won't have to be so exaggerated. You'll just have to look and point. No, make a big arc like this. Okay, and look at her hind end. That was okay. She moved her front end, but that's all right. Go up and make an arc, like you're making a circle, and her hind end's on a circle.
Oh, she's off on it.
There you go. There you go. Good. Good. You got her back. Excellent. She was thinking about leaving. Good. Now, next time you want to see if you can get her, we'll work on that too with the halter and lead rope briefly before I leave. You wanted to pivot on the front. That's a true hind end disengagement. Can you walk around a little circle while we're talking? You can talk and circle. No, you.
Oh.
Just, you know, we're talking. You can make a circle like this, right?
Yeah?
So can horses.
Ah,
Okay? But now I want you to do this. I want you to do a hind end disengagement. Box and swing around 180 degrees. Did you have to stop and think about that?
Yeah.
Same thing with that. So you get a stuck mind that's dancing around, and you ask them to do a hind end disengagement, it stops that going on, okay, and it causes them to sink. And that's why the hind end disengagement works, and they go, oh, how'd I get here? Oh, she made me do that. I better listen to her. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Can you ask her to back up? Stop, stop.
going to the
Oh,
side.
where are you going?
He's like, I like you better.
She may have been saturated right now.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
She says, I'm coming up to say hi. She told me to come say hi before. Okay, now,
Oh.
see, she came away, so I'm just going to walk up to her shoulder. Come on. Come on back. I know, the fly's getting to you. Uh-oh. We'll wait for her to get through her scritchy scratchies. Come on. Well, come up here. I'll get rid of it for you. Here. Oh, you here?
Yeah.
Okay?
See?
Okay? There you go. Go see Mom. Come on, go see Mom. Come here. Come here, Cookie. Come on. There you go. You can get her attention, say hello all over again, and get her attention that way.
Okay.
As soon as she turns and comes to you, click. Click. Good. And give her a treat. Okay, again, ask her just to step back one step. We'll do that, and I want you to stand on her 1 o'clock side after that. Just don't move. Just step back and just kind of imagine your energy coming out and asking you to step back. Good. Excellent. Okay, now would you just kind of rub her all over? Make sure you get over to that 1 o'clock spot. And give her nice switches on that 1 o'clock spot. Good. She's not going click. She's good.
Should I click?
Well, not now.
Yeah, see?
Good. Click. She started to go and then she stopped. Give her a treat.
Yeah.
And when you're working, you know, I know it's hard because you're trying to pay attention to me. With horses, if you're not focused on your horse, have you ever noticed you've been riding down the trail and you're paying attention and all of a sudden your mind kind of wanders and your horse wanders off the trail to go grab grass.
Right.
Because they're connected with you as part of their survival.
Right.
Okay? They want to exist. They can only exist as a follower, as a leader. If you drop the ball with being a leader, okay, you're just going to go into partner, which then you can both daydream and she'll still know her place. But right at first, when you have a leader, then she's going to have to
What is
take
that
over
line?
and say, oh, okay, you're not paying attention.
Oh,
I need to grasp me. You know,
That's what
and
that
that's what happens because you lose that connection.
Right.
You know, and it's hard if you're on a horse. Look how soft she is right now. Her whole body, her whole demeanor. Can you see that change, John? In her eye and her demeanor, and she's just softened. Nice and relaxed. Give her a clip just for being soft. Just put her head down. Good. Good. Remember to treat. Yeah. Flick and treat. Flick and treat. Flick and treat lightly. Later on, next week, the week after, whatever, you can then do flicks without the treats. But she's going to be solid. Can you pick up all 4 feet now? Will she pick them up for you? Good. Now to go to the hind one. And she's relaxed, her head is down. Good. Even with the flies bothering, she's nice and relaxed. She's comfortable with you. Good. Good. And click. Give her a treat. Good. And you may not have the clicker. You can do a tongue click. You can do it loud. You can hear that. Once, not in a panic state or when you're trying to teach her something new. Use the clicker. But if you're just out here, okay, and it's nice just to come out and give her a treat anyway and walk away and don't expect anything from her. Yeah. You know? And that's cool too. But no, if you ask her to do something, even if she comes running up and she stops, you can say, good. Okay? Not a good girl. Okay, when we say good girl, you can have 3 different behaviors that go on during the time you say good girl. So then all of a sudden it becomes, well, what did I do? I did 3 things. Which one is she telling me I'm good for? So think of a unique sound, whether it's a or good. I use a good or for excellent or something like that. So you don't always have to bring the clicker, but always remember to treat right. Okay? Now I'm just going to quickly go over her for any sort of muscle spasms or anything. Can I look at your eyes? You don't have any skin in your atlas at all, do you? No TMJ with her at all? No bumps doing? When you go down the back, you go down like this. Okay, she's a little bit reactive in there. And you can feel right in here there's a spot. All I'm going to do, I'm holding pressure like this. Okay? And I'm imagining energy. I'm pulling energy up from the ground, up to my head, back down through my fingers. Okay? And there's an acupressure. She's licking and chewing. Alright? Licking and chewing, throwing the head down, stretching tells you that she's responding. And it'll be hard with the fly to tell, but see how you see her wither up there with the fly. But many times you can hit a point, running your fingers down it. It's what's called a meridian. So it's always the whole, all the way down here, along the foot. And you do a meridian. How much pressure is it? That's not. That's it. She'll blink. You hit a soft spot, I mean a sore spot. Okay, so I think throughout her neck, hold my breath because I'm waiting for a reaction. Yeah, right. Okay, but see, she'll start, your eyes start to go, and her lips quivering. Her head down, not for a fly. So she may start yawning. I haven't seen it before. This is before the eyes are rolling back in the head, the tongue is going all over the place before it's yawning and stretching. along all where you find slow spot. I don't want to stop midway. I want her to release. There we go. She's looking easy. Okay? Yeah. And she might stretch down. Now I'm just testing for a sore spot. Her back is good. Just the other side where she's sore. Good. I know she can come side to side. She's got wonderful flexion. Wonderful. So she seems to be pretty good. Sometimes spoopy horses tend to get spasms into their neck. So you want she's a little bit colder in her neck. So, and see, she's not real comfortable with me right there. If you can feel, she's a little bit cool under her neck. So what you can do, I know you're not comfortable with me here. Okay. I don't have a treat. I don't have a treat. Okay, can you do the stem, please? There you go. Just very lightly sandwich the neck between the two hands. If there's a real knot there, then you can use it. I'll put it like that. Okay, you just want to make sure you're breathing, your knees are soft. There you go. She'll let you know if you're doing something too hard or not hard enough. And I'm just holding my hand to the energy, so the energy's coming out back and forth in your hand. You may find your hands moving. You might find it in the heart. You're going to use one. There. Attention for shaking your head. There. And now she's warmed up. And she's softening the neck. Okay. When you say she's cold, exactly cold. There's a little bit on the other side. So can you feel it? You know, hold your arm up for dirty. That's all. Just pressure. Okay, with one finger you might want to go like this, or you might want to back off. Sometimes you may want to do like this. And you'll know. It depends on the horse and how sensitive she is. Okay? If you have a spasm, you can massage like this. You're going to not working the shoulder. You're going to rest the ball of your hand, your thumb, your pinky. Take those 3 fingers and go from 6 o'clock around 8 or 6 to 9. And just go around the spot very lightly. Enough just to touch the skin, the skin. Doing that, you're changing the neurotransmitters in the cells, okay, in the stress field. So that's another massage. And I'm going to send you information. I have a bodyworks course that I give, and I have this information. Breathing, when you're doing any sort of just holding, and you saw me take a deep breath and exhale. You can just kind of breathe in for the count of 4 and exhale for the count of 4. Inhale. Okay, and that's just a maintenance breath. Okay, there's other breaths where you really start moving the energy, and what you're doing now is just like I told you with the pendulum clocks. Okay, animals and people. Okay, have you ever heard the thing where you have mares who cycle and they start to cycle at the same time of the month that the women get their period? That's called entraining, and that's what grandfather clocks do. That's what quantum touch is all about. As you breathe, you're moving your frequency, your energy. Okay. You're either she's going to entrain to your frequency, to your level of vibration, okay? And that can heal, okay? That can release, depends on what you're doing. But that's just a very basic maintenance, 4-4 breath. Okay, breathing in just like this. Some of those spasms. So I think I've probably given you more than enough information right now. You're familiar with the hind end disengagement, so I don't have to show you that. You're obviously comfortable. Now we'll go further if we'll come back. We'll go further and we'll start purposely getting her into that zone 2, almost into zone 3, and I'll be able to show you how to bring her back into zone 1. If I were to run up right behind her right now and snap a whip on the ground, and it's not my foot right back there, I'd probably get a foot in my face. And she'll take off. All right, so we're not going to do that right now. We're going to let all this soak in. for a good 24 hours and let her think about, let her body process and get all the chemicals going with it. And then we'll work with flags, the blessing will work with, real flags and balloons, very sticky stuff. If you have any plywood hanging around or bridges, we'll get her up on bridges, we'll have her going over poles. It's all part of, you ever seen Equine Agility?
Yes.
Okay, so a lot of stuff with that, okay?
That's why I have to go.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
I take that empty bag of shaving
Yeah.
out, at first she was really dirty. I don't know. And now I can like roll it over her
Well,
eyes and her.
Good. And that's all stuff that we'll be working on. One of the neatest things is horses, if they're being chased by something, they're out of town. They're okay. But if you can get them to chase what they're afraid of, okay, I did this with, you remember with Bubba and the geese up at the barn in Northbridge? Terrified of geese. Okay, well, I got him so he would start making the geese walk or so he's off, we follow behind the geese. And all of a sudden we get a little bit bolder and bolder. And, well, I created a monster because then anytime the geese got to the paddock, he'd go right after. He wasn't afraid of geese anymore. If they can move, the scary thing, that puts more than the position in a higher step on the hierarchy in leadership. Right? Okay, sorry. So that is all. Yeah, and then we can make a game up. This game called Chasing the Tiger that we can play. I wouldn't do that now, where you both get through all these steps and get comfortable. Okay, but it's a fun game. And a lot of people, again, working with Liberty, if you're not familiar with what you're doing, you're not familiar with the horse, or the horse is not 100% trusting you as her leader and then partner to create a monster for that horse is going to have to do such. You don't want that. So that's something